Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The same hadith was mentioned last week. In more detail, Hazrat explained this here. Hazrat from Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Nabi Karim Sallallahu said that a person won't be able to move on the day of Qiyamah in front of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala without answering few questions. What are those questions that the answer is? Where do you spend your life? How do you spend your age, your life? Where do you finish your life? So that's one aspect of spending here. Where the other aspect in this hadith mentioned here that the knowledge which Allah Ta'ala has given to you, how to practice on the knowledge Allah Ta'ala has given to you. And the third question, how you acquire your wealth and how do you spend your wealth. And the fourth question is that how do you look after your body. So here now, the Mustakim explains here, says that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has given us life. And this is a wealth which Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has given to us. And with this wealth, a person came into the world. When the child is born, then Allah Ta'ala has given him this body. He's got the different parts in the body: hands, feet, eyes, ears, nose, brains, all the different parts of the body that Allah has given him. You can use this body parts for a fixed amount of time, and this to use our body parts for a fixed amount of time. That is called our life, our age. That it is called. So this wealth which a person has got within himself is very valuable wealth a person has got. Some ulama has written that this wealth which a person Allah has given somebody, this wealth is called a floating wealth. Sayyal Salmai, we call it. Otherwise a person takes benefit from this wealth, then that person will benefit from this wealth. If he doesn't take benefit from this wealth, he will not take any benefit from his wealth. So when a person ever takes benefit, then he will be successful, he will earn something, he will benefit himself if he takes benefit from this wealth Allah has given to him. Then too, a person's life will get complete. In other words, a person utilizes the life and uses his life, his body parts in the proper manner, then also his life will get finished also. If the person does no work at all, just sits like this and wastes his time, and don't take benefit from the wealth Allah has given to him, then too his life will come to an end also. But a person's good fortune is what? The person utilizes his life in such good avenues, then on the day of Qiyamah, the life which Allah has given to him will give him success in the year after. And the purpose for which Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has sent us into the world, that purpose will be achieved by utilizing this wealth in the proper manner. So here you will find there are two types of wealth. The one wealth is jamid, it's called fixed wealth. And this wealth there, to understand this, it's described as that one wealth the person has got is within his control. And when the person wishes, he utilizes that wealth as his own disposal. And when he wishes, he can keep it safe on one side. And whenever he wishes, he can use it. Whenever he wants to use it, he can use it. For example, a person has got 50,000 rands, he's got some gold or silver, whatever it is. And if he wants, he can use his wealth. Whenever he wishes, he can use the wealth. And if he wishes, he can put it in a safe or put it by trust by somebody and keep it there. And after a year, 2 years, 3 years, whenever he wants, he can collect it from there and use it. So this is called fixed wealth. Jamid Sarma it is called. So this wealth you can keep it safe also for a certain amount of time, and you can use it whenever you want to use it. It won't get finished. It will remain there as it will remain there. And the second type of wealth is called Sayyal Sarmai. That's called the floating wealth. The wealth that gets used up, in other words. So that wealth, that if a person takes benefit of that wealth immediately, then he'll take benefit. If you don't take benefit of the wealth immediately, he'll lose out, in other words. And if he doesn't take benefit, then that wealth will get diminished, will get lost, will get finished, and he won't able to take up any benefit from that. Example for this is that a person has got build a shop, or he build a house, whatever, to get income from this house he build. And you spend money to build this house or to build this shops, whatever. You spend money to build this property, to develop this property. So now, this wealth, the property which is now, which you've developed now, that is in your control, in your possession it is. And it is safe also in your possession. And nobody can steal the property from you also. But what's the purpose of the property? The purpose of the property is they must derive benefit from there. And how you want to derive benefit from there? They're going to give it out on rent. And you collect the rent of the, whether it can be a shop, whether it can be a house, whether it can be a industrial building, whatever it can be. All the person spends money on it on the wealth to derive benefit from there. It can get rent from there, and you can benefit from there. But now, if a person, after developing this whole building, whatever it is, then the people will start demanding from you now that now you got the property ready. Why don't you give it to us on rent? That we can utilize the property and take benefit from the property, from the development, whatever it is. But the property and the ground itself will belong to you. It won't get destroyed or anything. Whether the person utilizes it for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is, the property will not get destroyed in any way. But by collecting rent, by taking benefit from the building now, and you're benefiting from this land. At the same time, if this building of yours, leave it empty for many years, you just leave it empty, whatever, you don't derive any benefit from there. The years will go past, and you spend so much money, and you won't derive any benefit from there. So this type of wealth we'll say now, it's a wealth that we don't take benefit from it, you're going to lose out. Every month is going to pass, you're missing out on rent. You're missing out on rent. That's not deriving benefit from this wealth now. Although the property belongs to you, the house belongs to you, everything, but in spite of all that, you cannot derive you're not deriving any benefit from it, because you know, we give it out on rent, and you are losing out every month. You are losing out on it. And now you find in the media also, will find in newspapers also, will find that this type of instance will find. There's certain place will find that there are some, the government has found that there's a big deposit of gas, for example, or something else, whatever it is. But the government don't look after the gas just evaporates into the air, and it lose out. But where the government look after the gas, natural gas coming from the ground properly, they secure it, and they sell it, and then they'll benefit from it. In the same way, we find the water in the rivers now, where there's water, where the rivers running somewhere, and the government takes benefit from the running water and generate electricity from the water. Now said they have benefited from the resource of water is what they benefit. They have made electricity with it, and people are benefiting with it. But if you don't develop that running water, and don't develop electricity plant, whatever it is, then we say, no, this government has wasted their resources, and they haven't derived any benefit from it. So in fact, in the same way, you will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this life also. Whether this life is also called this floating assets, for example. As long as you want to take benefit from it, you want to derive benefit. If you're not going to take benefit, you won't derive any benefit. For example, you find now, the time is now 6:45, for example, and by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, you find so many hours is going to pass already, and the person just sits quiet and don't do any work, just like that. Now he has wasted all the time. If, for example, we say now it's 7:15, and 7:15, for half an hour we just sat like that, did no work at all. Now now others, you haven't derived any benefit from the time Allah has given to you, and that time is gone now. You can't say, no, just half an hour what I sat, I did no work, I'll take it and put it into my safe and keep it locked one side. And when I want it afterwards, I'll take it out from the safe and use it half an hour afterwards. It doesn't work like that. You can't keep back the time. You can't preserve the time in any safe or anything. The time is always going further forward, and don't use it. Time get wasted. You haven't derived any benefit from that time Allah has given to you. From there we can understand this body Allah has given to us, and the body parts Allah has given to us, and the body has been given to us for a certain amount of time, whether 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, whatever years Allah has given us. We will derive benefit from the body parts. If we derive benefits from the body parts, then we are successful. But if we don't derive any benefit from the body parts, then we are not successful at all. That's why some ulama has mentioned that said that the life of ours is like an example of ice. The person is got he has money, his capital, he bought ice to sell on a very hot day. And if he takes the ice and sits in the bazaar on the streets to sell the ice, and he works very fast and quickly sell the ice to everybody, then he will collect enough money that he can build up his capital and buy something more and benefit some more. But if he sits in the sun and he doesn't has got no strategy to sell his ice quickly, and with the heat of the sun, ice starts melting away. In the evening now, when we go home, we have no money left in, because the ice became water already, and water has got no value in those ice afterwards. So our life is like that if you going to utilize your life, then you are going to benefit from there. You're going to utilize your life, it's going to get wasted, that piece of ice, and turn into water, and after nobody will need that water. Water won't fulfill their needs, in other words. That's why Khaja Hazrat Sahab Rahmatullah alayhi Mazhub, Khalifa Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah alayhi, he wrote some poems. From the couple of the poems he mentioned here, Ho Rahi Umar Misle Baraf Kam, that the life of our life is decreasing like a block of ice. Chupte chupte, rafta rafta, dam ba dam. Slowly, stages by stages, that is melting away. That's how our life is melting away with us, one every breath we are taking. So, an intelligent person will value his life and take maximum benefit from the life Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given to him. We know the people in this world that they have got value to think attached to the thing of the world. They try and take more benefit from the world to get more benefit and to improve their status, whatever it is. And in the same manner, we got to take benefit from our body parts to take benefit of the year after we got to take benefit. For example, sometimes a person has got his life and he sells his life to a person who wants to work. For example, he makes the agreement with the person, I'll work 8 hours with you. I will become a servant to work 8 hours with you. So now he's sold his life to an employer for 8 hours, and in return of that, he's getting wages for the time he's spending with his employer. So and if you're going to work with according to the agreement made by the employer, he's going to pay you according to that. He'll pay you. And if you're going to stay at home, you don't go on time, then he won't pay you full wages, but he'll cut off your wages according to that. He'll cut off your wages. In other words, you have changed your life into cash. In other words, you have handed over yourself to the employer, and in return for the time you're spending for him, you're utilizing body parts, for your hands, your legs, your eyes, your brains, whatever, to think power, whatever you're doing, you're loaning to that person there. In return, he's giving you money now. In other words, you are acquiring money by giving handing over yourself to an employer. Now that person is a wise person, that their life is utilized to get something in return, in other words. So now there's one way of one aspect of this in the world. The second aspect is that of the year after. That the life Allah has given to you, the time Allah has given to you, utilize it in obeying the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and taking ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to all good actions you do with the body parts Allah has given to you. And then you find that different stages to this also. So some actions you do, you get more sawab. Some actions you do, you get the lesser the degree of sawab you get for it. For example, a person sits down and he's reading tasbih, for example. On the tasbih is read, he'll be rewarded for it, for taking the tasbih, reading tasbih, he'll be rewarded for that. Read the Quran and make cloud of the Quran, He will be rewarded for it. For every letter he will be getting 10 Sahab will be getting. So for half an hour, if you will read the tasbih or the Quran, whatever it is, you will get thousands of nikis. You will get Sahab you're going to accumulate. You will find by saying one Subhanallah, what is the value of that? The value of that, the Shaykh Rahmatullah Ali Fazal Zikr writes the incident of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah Ta'ala gave Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam the miracle of flying in the skies with the wind. That was the miracle Allah gave Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam, that the wind was under his control. In other words, wherever he wanted to go, the wind should take him to those places. A journey which was of a year, of one month, for example, that you should traverse that journey in the few hours you traverse it with the wind. So in morning and evening, for a little while, should go to all the whole kingdom, should visit everything, and should come back already. And this was a miracle for the Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. One day Sulaiman alayhi salam was flying in the air, he was flying with all his the ministers in the air. And a person, sometimes, the nature of a person is that when he sees something by somebody, then the thought comes into his heart, that what good neighbor this person has got. I can also get this type of neighbor. So yeah, Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam was going past, and there's one person, when he saw Sulaiman going with this such a respect was going with all his ministers was going, like how we say entourage was going around, and this person felt so taken back, said how nice, what a great ni'mat Allah has given to him. Hope I can also get something ni'mat, what a great achievement he's got with himself. So this thing opened up to Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah Ta'ala be known to him. So immediately ordered the wind to come down, to stop and bring him down. So he got onto the ground and met this Mu'min Banda, and he told him, what thought came to your mind, what great ni'mat I've got. That ni'mat compared to reading one Subhanallah has got no value. Out of the value of Subhanallah is much more than this ni'mat Allah has given to me. It shows how important it is. If you read one Subhanallah, is more better than the whole kingdom of Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam, in other words. But we don't see the value in the reading of it in this world. That's why we got no value for that. One Subhanallah which are reading. It's come in hadith also when Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, when he went for Miraj, then there he met Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, and Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam told Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, give my salam to your ummah, and also told them that Jannat is a plain place, it is without anything on it. And when the trees are being planted in Jannat, is because of the effort of a mu'min. When a person reads Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, for every word he's reading, a tree is planted for him in Jannat for him. So in other words, how much more Subhanallah you're going to read, Alhamdulillah you're going to read, Allahu Akbar you're going to read, all this will plant for you a tree in Jannat, in other words. Once Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepts namaz he was reading, and in the namaz he went a little bit front and a little bit back. So after the namaz finished, and the Sahaba was remaining, asked Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we saw something very, very new to them in that namaz. We went front in namaz, we came back in namaz. What was it? Must we do the same thing? Why was that transpired? Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the reply to him said, when I was reading namaz, I saw Jannat in front of me. I saw and I saw Jahannam also. When I saw Jannat in front of me, and I saw in Jannat there was a bunch of grapes. There was. I went front. I thought I'll never break a branch of grapes from Jannat. And if I should have broken that bunch of grapes from Jannat, and that that bunch of grapes should come to this world. Shouldn't get finished till the day of Qiyamah. It shouldn't get finished. So much of barakah shouldn't be. Because the ni'mat of Jannat are eternal. It doesn't diminish at all. The ni'mat of this world, they diminish, they get finished. The ni'mat of Jannat never diminishes, never gets finished. So how can the world eat up that ni'mat of Jannat? That branch of grapes should remain as is, and people should benefit from there, eat from the full also, still should remain like that. Imagine now, just a bunch of grapes. This is the condition of it. What will happen to the whole vine of grapes? or the fruit of Jannat, and whatever the whole tree of Jannat. So the difference between this, imagine how what a great thing it is. So by reading Subhanallah, a tree is planted for us already. So that tree, the fruit of Jannat will be only one part of the tree. And here we're getting a whole tree being planted for us in Jannat all. Say, for example, if you take up your watch and look at the watch, you start reading Subhanallah, 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 you can read about 50 times, 60 times in one breath. In 1 minute, maybe you can read. So, for example, in 1 minute, you read 60 times, of 50, 60 times you read in 1 minute, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Imagine how many trees are planted for you already in Jannat already now. And how much of wealth have you acquired in Jannat already. It shows how important it is that we understand the value of the year after and value how to utilize this life Allah has given to us. His eyes, his hands, the legs, the feet, and the tongue which Allah has given to us. If we utilize it in a proper manner, we'll benefit from it. But if you don't utilize it in a proper manner, you're going to lose out. And time will come to leave the world and you haven't acquired anything. So it's important as a Muslim. Our focus must be the focus of the Akhirat. And understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the body to us as loaned us his body. And we could use the body according to the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then we are benefiting and we have fulfilled the rights of the ni'mat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. A person, for example, sits and he doesn't commit one guna also. And just sits quietly and doesn't commit one guna also. Then too his life will get complete also. His life will get complete also in the manner. But he hasn't utilized his life in anything. Just by sitting like that only. But a person is sitting like that, if he reads Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, how much won't he benefit in the time you're sitting there? So in other words, I'm trying to say that our life is very, very valuable. If you utilize this valuable wealth which Allah has given us, this capital which Allah has given to us, utilize it properly, and then we will fulfill the purpose for which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us into this world, to acquire Akhirat, to acquire Jannat, and to fulfill the purpose of our creation in the world. We can utilize our body parts in the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Same manner, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said in one hadith, he said that there are two ni'mas which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given everybody, but we are very reluctant, or we don't take benefit from the two ni'mas of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And everybody Allah has given the ni'mat to everybody. And what are they? He said one is health and one is free time. When Allah has given us health, use health properly. It can make ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And second, when you got free time. So these two ni'mas can understand how Nabi can explain to us. A person ponder and think over it, how the two are interrelated with one another. If you got health, then you can use your free time properly. If you got no health, how you can use your free time? So Allah has given you the health, and the health of yours in such a manner that you can benefit from that. So if a person doesn't derive any benefit from the life Allah has given to him, and derive from the ni'mat of health Allah has given to him, then that person will be at a loss. Hazrat Abdullah Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, concerning him, that one day he was going somewhere and he passed one qabr, and when he saw the qabr, he got off his conveyance and read 2 rakat namaz. So people thought something that maybe he knows what's happened in the qabr. That's why he read 2 rakat namaz or whatever he said there. Why he just all of a sudden just stopped there and read 2 rakat namaz? So then asked him this question. He said, no, nothing like that, he said. So he said, I only heard from Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the person who is in the grave, that person's desire is that I will just get a little chance, I can read 2 rakat namaz only. So he knows the value of 2 rakat namaz, and he wishes in his qabr, Allah will give just permission to read 2 rakat namaz only. Again, get the benefit in the qabr. So when that hadith came to my mind, and when I saw the qabr, I thought, why I've got life in my body, I've got iman in my heart. Why don't you utilize the time to read 2 rakat namaz at least? Then when I'm going to grieve, I won't have regrets. Why not read 2 rakat namaz at all? So imagine here now, he thought of the hadith and he tried to benefit from that. I've got time now. Let me, and this qabr drew my attention towards my purpose of my life, and what will happen in my qabr, let me do those things. And immediately let 2 rakat namaz to benefit him in the qabr. That's why a person must think for himself that the time Allah has given to him, the time is very valuable time Allah has given to him. And Allah Ta'ala will ask on the day of Qiyamah that life Allah has given to us. How did you utilize the life Allah has given to you? In what manner did you utilize the life Allah has given to you? Then when you are present in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you give an answer to this to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, somebody who, our elders, give us some wealth and tell us to utilize this wealth very wisely, and at the end must give us an account of how you utilize this wealth I given to you. Did you grow the wealth, or did you waste the wealth, or how did you benefit from the wealth? Give us a full account of that. Now, when you are going to utilize this wealth, then we utilize very carefully. That we could give an account to this to our elder who is given to us, our parents, for example, or someone is given to us. Now we'll keep this in mind always. I could give account to this to my elders and to show them the results of the wealth that is given to me. And there we got so much of, we were so careful we will be. And now here when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the wealth of the whole body, Allah has given us wealth. How important is this wealth of the body for us? That we must utilize this wealth in such a manner that we are able to give an answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That the ni'mat is given to us as a loan, we utilize it according to how you want us to utilize our bodies. So it's important to understand that the body is a ni'mat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the life is a ni'mat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We could utilize this ni'mat according to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we are going to be successful. So our purpose of our life is to draw our attention to the year after. Whatever things help us in the year after, that is what we got to do in this world. We got to conduct our life according to that. Read our namaz punctually, read our tasbihat properly, punctually, read our Quran tilawat punctually. That was because some time you spend to earn your livelihood. You have some time for this world, and you must have some time to prepare for your after also must prepare. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it study for 5 times namaz. Then after you go read the tilawat of the Quran, some tasbih, make some other ibadat, we give our zakat, we go for hajj, we give sadaqah. All those things, ibadat are such that the purpose of our creation is being fulfilled by fulfilling those ibadat in our lives. Then we will answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I spent so much time in earning my livelihood, halal, lovely livelihood, and so much time I spend in making happy by making your ibadat. What the result we find that we have some base to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was so kind towards us that he explained to us that whatever you do, we came to the world, we got to live in the world. There's no doubt we got to live in the world, we got to pass our time in the world. But at the same time, to live in the world, you got to work also, you got to sleep also, you got to rest also, everything you got to do. But now Nabi Kareem taught us that you just should change your niyat a little bit. That I'm going to work now just to earn halal living. So that work also becomes ibadat also. Then the person sleeps because tired. He said, in my body also got some right. I must give body rest also. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu also rested and give comfort to his body. Now that resting of it also becomes ibadat now. Then you feel hungry now. You feel tired now. You go to eat food also. You go to eat now. Same time they also make an intention. Now I've eaten this food now to strengthen my body to make ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu also ate food. So I'm fulfilling the sunnah of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu eating food. Now eating also becomes ibadat. Because in the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah has created man and jinn for ibadat. Ma khalaqtul jinna wal insa illa liya'budun. Allah created us to make ibadat. Now by making this ibadat intention, that is our whole life becomes ibadat now. And we fulfill that command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you don't make an intention, and then now we are not rewarded for it. And if you don't do any work at all, then also we will not be rewarded for it. So intention plays a very important part to make our life success in this world and a success in the year after also. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq for understanding and practicing the importance of the life Allah has given to us, the body Allah has given to us, the body parts Allah has given to us, how to utilize it in the commandments of Allah Ta'ala, to fulfill the commands of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. It's very, very important we do this thing, we look after ourselves. And as human beings, we know, we do falter, we make mistakes because we got our enemy, the shaitan, we got the nafs with us, we take us into wrong directions. So it's important that they make tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that the time Allah has given to us, the body Allah has given to us, the health Allah has given to us, that the ni'mat Allah has given to us, we couldn't utilize it and fulfill the rights of the ni'mat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah Ta'ala for forgiveness. Allah, please forgive us. Please pardon us that we now fulfill the responsibility of the body Allah has given to us. Then Allah subhanahu will forgive us, and then inshallah on the day of Qiyamah we have a place to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We tried our best. We did what we could do within our capacity. Then Allah Ta'ala will accept our excuses. Allah is very forgiving. And Allah will forgive us and put us into Jannat also. So we got to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah put us into Jannat without any reckoning, without any question. Allah put us into Jannah. That is when we make tawbah, excessive tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the missteps we did in this neighborhood of Allah has given to us. Allah Ta'ala forgive us also in this situation. And then we got the base to make to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are not perfect and we couldn't do perfect things, and just accept whatever we did. We did so much what was in our capacity. Allah will definitely accept that which is in our capacity we did, and Allah will forgive us also, inshallah. So it's important to understand that as the life Allah has given to us, we got to value it, got to utilize it in acquiring the year after by doing good actions. For example, you find in Hadith Islam that when you look after your parents, for example, to fulfill the rights of your parents will take you to Jannah. And that's why it comes in the Hadith that the Jannah lies under the feet of the mother, for example. So all these things that when you utilize your time in that manner, how we have been taught by Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then definitely our life will become a life it will take us to Jannah. It will take us. Allah give us tawfiq of understanding and practicing, following every law of the Shariat in such a manner that the day of Qiyamah we don't have any regrets in answering for this ni'mat Allah Ta'ala has given to us. Find so many people in the world find that how much of ibadat they make. Some people read one whole Quran every day. Some people read 2 Qurans every day. Somebody read up to 200, 300 rakats of nafil namaz in a day they read. And also human beings like us, they also. They like us. So if they can manage to do something that to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why can't we look at the basics? That is our 5 times namaz daily, read our Quran tilawat daily, read our tasbihat daily, we have some kitab reading in our homes. Do amal, such actions, it will draw the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala towards us. Then we are benefiting. And until we don't have this knowledge within ourselves, then we haven't fulfilled the rights of this ni'mat Allah has given to us. Allah give us tawfiq for understanding, practicing, and carrying with us next week inshallah with this topic inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.